Good evening, world. You are welcome to Dr. King Talk Show. What an exciting moment to be alive. What a time to be alive. I'm telling you, I'm so super excited about what is happening in this nation and around the world. Tonight is the beginning of a very great journey, and this journey has to do with the 250 days countdown to America 250 years independence. Now, we are so privileged to have been granted the inspiration to start this program, being part of a bigger holistic plan. Our goal is to run a 250 days countdown that every night will bring in a CEO that's going to inspire you. Every night we have another segment where you also can participate. The whole idea is that we have come to this country where all of us have called home, and we want to make the best out of it. And so we may not be here when America started our independence, 1776, but definitely we are going to be here alive and well, 4th of July 2026, when America, this great country, will be celebrating our 250 years independence. Now, to make this journey a very exciting one, 250 years beyond organization decided to start a 250 days countdown, and today is the first day. Now, just to put things into context, the entire plan is that every Monday, apart from having a CEO in the house, we will bring to you from this studio news across campuses, because the young people on campus, they are their future leaders of tomorrow. On Tuesday, we'll be having a young parliamentarians. We're going to be bringing young people who are either in government or getting ready to be in government, who will also be participating. Every Wednesday night is going to be business startup strategy. Every Thursday, we'll talk about building capacity for the marketplace. On Friday is journey into entrepreneurship. On Saturday is going to be 10x collaborators. There are people that you need to connect with that is going to make this journey a very great one. So on Sunday, every night, we're going to be talking about the agenda, the future agenda. And I believe very strongly that every night as we go on live on this program, we are going to be doling out information that will lead to transformation, that will bring a major shift in the way we think, in the way we do things. And that's why we are very, very excited to let you know that here at the 250 and beyond celebration movement, we have decided to bring to you live in your home or from wherever you are joining us every night, making you to have a full taste of what can happen. Men and women who have gone through this nation, they will be sharing their information, sharing their story, telling us the secret of the journey. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great thing. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. I am your host, Dr. Victor King. I'll be anchoring this thing every night for the next 250 days. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be transformative. It's going to be innovative. It's going to be brain tasking. We're going to be doing quite a lot of things together, and I'm telling you, you are going to enjoy it. It's the beginning of a journey, and I'm believing that you are going to enjoy this dream come true. And so I want to formally let you know that today being the first day, one of the best things you can do is to subscribe to this channel on YouTube or any of the pages, or you can subscribe on my own personal page, Victor King Akiwande on Facebook, or you can subscribe to the 250 years celebration on YouTube and every of the social media platform. It's going to be very exciting. It's going to be very exciting, I can tell you. We are going to be learning so many things, and I'm very, very much excited to welcome you into our studio as we start this journey together. And so tonight, not to make the journey long, I have the first speaker, the first CEO that's going to open the floor for us. You know one thing about humanity, every man that was born on earth was born of a woman. Even our Lord Jesus Christ was born of a woman. So I want you to understand it's of great honor to have our guest in the house. She's a mother, she's a CEO, she's a founder. She has done so much. God has used her to inspire so many people. I have in the studio with me tonight to kickstart this journey, Dr. Mrs. Francesca Fadjimi, the founder of Your Black Matters. And I'm believing that tonight we're going to have a very robust and exciting time together. This is not going to be, I can tell you, even from the first interview, all of you will agree with me that this is not going to be the last time she's going to be here. We're still going to be doing so many things together, especially on Your Black Matters, because I believe very strongly that when purpose is known, then when purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. But when purpose is known, then there will be direction, and direction will lead to distinction. So we all need a mother. So that's why specifically we want to start the show tonight. And I'm so excited. Dr. Francesca Fadjimi, God bless you. Thank you for being in the studio with us. Thank you so much. You are a grandmother already. All over you, it doesn't look like it. But we're going to put that for another time. But so you are very, very much welcome. I'm so super excited to be having you on this first night as we kickstart the journey of a 250 days. Now, the whole essence is not just the 250 days. The whole essence is what is going to come beyond the 250 days. The ability to transfer the baton of leadership, the baton of entrepreneurship to the next generation. The ability to be able to say we also are alive, and we are alive to see a whole lot of young people in our days breaking protocol, changing the narratives, and bringing about major shifts in government, in leadership, in politics. I am so super excited. And so just to make it for us to have this show, to make it very exciting, that's why I want you have very impressive, robust resume. When I was reading your resume, I feel like, oh my God. I mean, you are one of such people that God has blessed so much with knowledge. You have so much insight into leadership, into governance. And so I just wanted to share with us, because I have a number of questions for you. We're going to keep it short. We're going to keep it simple. I wanted to share with us briefly the story of your journey. You are very much welcome, Dr. Francis.
Thank you, Dr. King, and thanks everybody that's listening. It's such a great honor to be here today. I am so excited to be your first guest for this wonderful, wonderful event. I did not know about it until you shared it with me, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this must be totally ordained. It made sense. Today's to 250-year countdown of the United States of America. I think it's pretty phenomenal that we are participating in this together. I want to thank you. I want to thank your listeners that have decided to tune in to hear what we have to say. My journey is it's amazing. First of all, a lot of people oftentimes don't know where I came from. I was born in England. I was about 5 years old when I was taken back to Nigeria by my parents. I spent about 13 years in Nigeria. So my forming years, elementary school, middle school, high school, was in Nigeria. I wanted to do medicine at University of Ibadan. I don't know who your listeners are, but at one of the universities in Nigeria, I wanted to do medicine. They admitted me for vet medicine. I wanted to do human medicine. They admitted vet medicine. And I really didn't want to do that. So one thing led to the other. I went back to the UK. I went to South Bank University. I was admitted for chemical engineering. I just grudgingly started to do chemical engineering. I think it was in my third year. It's like, you know what? It's not looking good. I was doing like summer job at Boots the Chemist. For those of you that are very familiar with UK, Boots the Chemist is almost like your Rite Aid, like your Walgreens in England. So I was doing summer job there, and the manager hired me for the summer to do bookkeeping work. I had no idea what that was, but I guess I was good at it. And so she said, "Oh my gosh, I want you permanently." And I'm like, I'm still in school. So anyway, I was doing that. And then obviously I'm beginning to enjoy it because it looks like there's something there for me. I shifted and I started accounting. I got my bachelor in accounting, did my MBA, did my doctoral, and the rest was history. The United States in, when was that? 92. 92. And I've been here since. I don't know how many years that is, but it's not too long, right? Not too long. So anyway, that was the journey to the United States. Being in the United States has been pretty phenomenal. Been a great experience for me. As much as my youth years was more so, my founding years was more like in Nigeria, but my adult years was actually in the United States, where I had the opportunity I was shaped by the culture of Nigeria, but I lived in the United States. I was born in Europe. So can you just imagine, you combine all those three together, and this is what you get when you combine the three together.
And these three continents, three worldview, three global.
Absolutely, absolutely.
What led you to becoming in your sojourn? I mean, reading through your resume, you must have spent over 3 decades here in the United States, if I get it right? Okay. And so I put it here that what led you to becoming a commissioner, and what are your current roles as a commissioner and your current roles and responsibility as a commissioner in California?
Very succinctly, I became a commissioner in the Los Angeles County. It's not the city, it's the county. The county of Los Angeles is the 20th largest economy in the world, bigger than many countries.
20th.
20th in the world. Now, my role here is more on the assessment appeals board. When you have a property, and the property could be a house, it could be your car, it could be plane, it could be helicopter, any personal property, tangible property. And generally, they levy you taxes on them. Well, oftentimes people kick and scream about their taxes. It's too much. We don't want to do that. And so they appeal their tax. And for whatever reason they appeal it, we listen to the appeal. We either approve it or we disapprove it. Yeah. That's my role. I work as part of the board. And how did I get there? Well, I think it was just by sheer happenstance. I do a lot of community work here. And that's one thing I think it's very important for anyone that wants to get into government. You need to start from community work. I get involved in the community. The councilmen know me. The mayor knows me. So when things come up, they just ask you, hey, are you interested in this? I'm like, oh, I have no time. Basket is so full. And it's like, you have what we need. So, and it's more like a service to the community. So I decided to move in to do that service to the community. So in a very short and simple way, that's how I got into being a commissioner in the county of.
So, thank you, ma. Yeah, I normally say that service is the pathway to greatness. Most people think it's title. Most people think it's lobbying or looking for opportunity. But from what you have said now, service is the pathway to greatness. You even mentioned in your resume that you received outstanding community leadership commendation from the mayor over the last 3 years in a row. So please share some of the experiences and impact that have led to that.
Well, I mean, the bottom line is this. I don't know, was it Roosevelt that said, don't ask what your country would do for you? It's what you would do for you. That's the mindset we have. It's very important that we all collectively understand that we all have something to give. Everyone. Oftentimes when they say, oh, can you give this or that? Many people think it's money. You don't have to have money. You can give your time. You can give your expertise. You can give your knowledge. That's what it's all about. And so even to the community, whether it's helping, when there's a community event, you participate in the community event, you provide whether you have a church or a place where community can gather, you provide it available for the community to use. They want to do something, you are participating in it, making yourself available. You are an instrument of blessing in that community. Yeah. Of course, if they're looking for somebody, it's going to be you that they're going to call. It's not, and you absolutely spot on thinking that, it's who you know. It's who knows you doing what. That's what it is. I mean, we know the president. Does he know me? No. Right? Who knows me?
Yeah.
what matters. So
Mm.
in so doing, in doing what I do, they get to know me. I mean, I don't know a lot of people. I just give what I have. It's not a
Mm.
lot, but what I
Mm.
have, I give. And that made way. Your gift can make way for you. Your gift is
Mm.
your tool, your skills, your availability, your
Mm.
time. It
Mhm.
makes way for
Mhm.
you.
You also mentioned something about mentoring young people in Africa. And I want to know, and I want the people to know what's YBM, and tell us about it and how it has impacted so many lives.
IBM is Your Black Matters. It
Yeah.
was founded in 2020. It was as a result of what happened in the United States, George Floyd, and all the riots that took place. That was when my eyes got opened that there's actually people are being disenfranchised, people, all of those things. I was not privy to that. And so that was where it started from. It started from awareness. There were systemic issues. There's need to deal with the systemic issues. Started from podcast. What do we need to do about this? And now it has evolved into executing. Execution of Your Black Matters, which the goal is to amplify, to uplift, and to elevate Black people.
Okay.
That's really the bottom line. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. In the United States, we have 40 million plus. In Brazil, you have about 50 million plus. And literally, the continent of Africa, you have about 1.5 billion. China has lots. Think about it collectively. Doesn't matter where you are. The goal is to amplify, to uplift, to elevate Black people, to inspire Black people. That is the goal. And what are we doing right now? We're looking at youth that are brilliant, financially challenged. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. You need to be smart, but financially challenged. And we provide scholarship to go to college,
We don't know what happened. It seems
you're back now. Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So please spot on. Yeah.
Okay. So YBM, at this point, we're at the point of executing. We started to execute, and the execution is really catching them young. And so we're taking youth, brilliant, but not financially okay. And we provide scholarship.
Scholarship at what level?
Scholarship go to university.
Is it 10%? Is it 20? Is it full scholarship?
It's full scholarship, and it has a cap. So I'll explain it. The scholarship, it's multi-layered. The key is to get a bachelor degree. That's the goal. We don't do masters right now. It's just bachelor. You get your bachelor. When you start from your first year, your first 2 years, you're being groomed. So you need to be smart. Remember, that's the criteria. You have to be smart.
Non-negotiable.
Exactly. Absolutely non-negotiable. Between your first and second year, you're being groomed to determine, can you have a parallel path that leads to owning your own business or certification in a field that is highly in demand right now? So let's say you got into college, your major is political science, okay? Normal people, when they finish political science, they're looking for a job. I don't know whether you can get a job as a politician, but they're looking for a job. YBM scholars, they graduate. In your first year, you're already trying to figure out what you need to do. We call it a parallel path program. By your third year, you're
What's your purpose? Like discovering your purpose?
right. By your third year, you're already operating in that capacity, whether you have your business or you're working. Let's say you're working as a AI analyst or something to that effect, right? So that's going with your degree, both running in parallel, right? And so by the time you graduate or you graduate, you also have 2 years running your own business or 2 years of professional experience. That's why we call it a parallel path program. Dr. King does not exist anywhere in the world.
Wow.
This is the only program that does that.
Wow.
Does not exist anywhere.
Wow.
And it's intentional because oftentimes people go to university. A lot of us, it doesn't matter where you are. You graduate, you're looking for a job.
Even here in United States.
It doesn't matter where you are. You're looking for a job. What we are nipping in the butt right there is, you're going to have that degree, but you're going to get something beyond that degree because the degree gives you credibility. When you get into a room, they know, okay, she must know something or he must know something because you have a degree. If you don't have the degree, you just take training and they say, oh, do you have a bachelor degree? And you said, no. They're going to be like, yeah, no. But that degree opens the door for you, gives you credibility that you can handle anything. But then in parallel, you're moving forward with something that will position you for something greater, better, that's going to going to be a great value to the whole world, not just your community, because we're shortchanging ourselves to say the community. We're saying the whole world that is going to benefit from it. So let me stop right there, because you said you have more questions, right?
You also understand that you mentioned something about American Sign Language and the music
Mhm,
in
mhm.
enhancing capacity. Can you talk about that also?
Oh, yeah. So these kids, and I call them kids, all of them, these kids, you need to be brilliant. You need to be able to do a lot more. Not just like, oh my gosh, it's just school, this, that. No, no, no. Not only are you doing your degree, you're doing the parallel program, and then you have a lot more of a value added program that is real life value to you and your community. One of them is you're learning to play musical instruments. It opens
Yeah.
the brain up to think differently. You're learning American Sign Language. You're able to communicate not just in your English only or native tongue, but something that will challenge you. You'll have that. You do community work. Not only that, you do all kinds of training, investment training, budgeting. You visit the various homes. So, like, you could go to a home where they have challenged children. You share with them. You teach them in the summer. They teach youth, younger ones, like elementary or high school. You teach them to prep them for the next year. So it is a robust program that you really need to be able to handle this. It's not for the faint-hearted. So we want the best of the best. Okay. So that's why when we interview and we do the selection, they go through a set of processes to make sure we vet that you're not just academically astute only. You have the capacity to do more, right? Learn plumbing, they learn carpentry, bricklaying, they learn. I mean, girls, boys, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. You learn all. And in learning all that, you'll get to know, actually, I really like to do this. I really like to do it's exposing you to a lot more than you will ever in a four walls called the classroom. That's what it's all about.
Thank you. So I used to say to people that the key to living is, for me, is designed around you learn, you earn, and you rest. If you don't learn, you cannot earn, or you'll be limited in your earning. And if you don't earn, you cannot rest. And I keep saying it, you might not rest financially, neither may you rest in peace, even if somebody doesn't learn very well. And so I'm so excited. So this kind of project, tell me, I know you may not want to say this publicly. Is it like the government of America is sponsoring you, or there's one private organization sponsoring you? Because taking this kind of humongous task, the money must be coming from somewhere to pump it into the life. So how is this project being funded?
I will tell you, the project is being funded privately.
Say that again.
It is being funded privately. It's not government. It's not anything. Actually, now that we want to scale, that's now we're introducing it to the world, what we have accomplished so far. And then we're inviting others to come in and join and and participate in what is being delivered. So up to date, it's been privately funded. There's no soliciting for this or that. It's just a very small, very close knit that is funding the project.
Amazing. This is something the world needs to know about, truly, because you started by saying that there's nowhere in the world that this kind of project is running. Okay. So one of the things we're going to do, we can't end this discussion on this level. We have to give another broadcast for YBN. And I think you had a book. You mentioned something about a book you did, your black. Tell me about it. Tell us about it. Yeah.
The book is called Black Mystery.
Black mystery.
Mystery, the mystery of being Black.
Wow.
It's mystery of being Black.
So there's a mystery that is connected to being Black.
Yeah, there's a mystery to it.
Because most people don't appreciate being Black, because
No,
if I get you right, it's okay. You
yeah,
might not be able to touch everything, but knock on the mystery.
there's a mystery of being Black. The
Wow.
mystery is Black are wired to think very differently about themselves and other people. Mainstream, wired to think differently. If I see you on the street, there's something that comes in my mind at first. When I talk to you, there's something else that will come to my mind. All Blacks goes through that, unless you want to deny. You see
Yeah.
somebody for the first time, you have a perception, oftentimes it's negative. Do you know why? When they had that doll, remember the doll play where you have that little white girl and the little white black
Yeah.
white girl, and they brought a doll and they asked the Black girl, which doll is pretty? She pointed to the white doll. Which doll is nice? She pointed to the white doll. Which doll is wonderful? She pointed to the white doll.
Oh, wow.
Which doll is ugly? She pointed to the black doll.
Oh,
Which
wow.
doll looks like you?
Wow. Oh, wow.
The girl was under 5.
Mm,
That girl could not have been coached
mm,
to say anything. It was sort of ingrained from the beginning,
Wired from birth.
right?
Mm,
To
mm,
and what the environment shows her, what she
mm,
sees on the TV, what she sees
mm,
outside, that's
mm,
what it is. Her
wow.
parent did not tell her that you are ugly because you're black.
Mm,
I don't think a friend told her necessarily, you are ugly because you're black, but
mm,
everything around her points to that. So there's not much we need to say beyond that. If a little 3, 4, 5 year old already has that wiring, well, guess what's going to happen when that girl
mm,
begins to grow? When we grow up, as we grow up, guess what's wired in us? That thing that's wired in us needs to be unwired.
mhm,
That's why I'm saying that there's a mystery to this. There's a
mm,
mystery to being black. And the book covered the perception of white people from
mm.
black people. That's what
Wow.
the book is about. How we perceive, how we
Mm,
see, how we visualize them.
mm,
Now, there's a conversation that needs to take place within black people only. This is a
oh,
family conversation that needs to take
oh,
place. Okay?
mm,
It's almost like a family matter. We need to have that conversation on our own. I don't care where you're from as a black person, maybe on the continent of Africa, maybe from Brazil, maybe United States, maybe you does not matter. There's a
mhm.
conversation that needs to take place
Wow.
internally. This
Wow.
must not go out.
Wow. Mm,
But there's a separate conversation between us collectively and the
mm.
others that see us and the others that we see that do not look like us.
I will be willing to, I'm saying this live, I will be willing to create a platform to make that conversation happen. And I can tell you, when we get to the 250-year celebration where we're going to be doing the award, I think we'll have this kind of discussion. We will still talk more about it here. That may be the beginning of setting out an agenda that a conversation needs to happen. And once you are able to step on the stage and share the dream and share the passion, then bringing everybody together will not be difficult. It will only start from somewhere, but I know we will surely get there. So because I still have questions that I have for you. So you mentioned something as the founder of MFE Corp, and it's an AI driven company. And we are in the fourth industrial revolution right now that is driven by machine learning, robotics, and AI. How did you find yourself again in how do you find yourself again in AI? I can't understand. I'm confused and I don't want to be confused. I say I'm gonna wait till now before I start asking the question. So let's go.
You have no idea all the things I do. No clue. Those are just tidbits of them.
Really?
Yeah, you have no idea the extent of what I do. But I will tell you, MFE, basically, it's making your business future proof, ready for AI. That's really what
Oh
it's all
wow.
about. We
Amazing.
deploy AI, we implement it. I have staff that actually goes into the organization and deploy AI. I'm
Mm,
working with a very, very large organization that actually deploys AI, artificial intelligence,
mm,
robotic process automation, basically looking, simply put, you can use AI to do anything you want. But I tell people that are scared of
mhm,
AI because most of the time the challenge is it's going to take my job. We're going to be unemployed. We're going to
mm.
What you need to do is understand how AI works and use it to your benefit.
Okay.
That is all you need to do. Understand how it works. How can it help me? So, if you have a business, would you rather hire 20 people that will be doing the keyboard for you or answering calls, or you have AI doing that and hire that 20 people to go out and get you business? Which one?
Oh wow.
What would
Wow.
you prefer?
Prefer the one that the AI is going to be doing it and more people can go talk where AI cannot go to.
There you go. There you
So
go.
agentic AI, are you into agentic AI?
Into all of them. We do
Wow.
agentic, we do conversational, we do robotics, all of them. We deploy all of those. But what's also unique about how we do the deployment is we retool your staff. Many times if you don't do it right, you just say, oh, yeah, you're going to put in AI and then you're going to lay off 20 people. That's not what you do. That's not the right way to do it. The
Mm.
right way to do it is, first of all, to understand that your employees that valuable to your organization. If you have somebody that's not performing, it's an easy sell. That's a no-brainer. But your high-performing workers, how can you retool them so that they can continue to add value to your organization while AI is doing the,
So
simpler
you
way?
mean the two can go together, right? We don't need,
Absolutely.
because we have so many company doing understaffing. You
Hmm.
remember a lot of
Hmm.
American companies are cutting off the staff, a lot of areas. But here you are you trying to debunk that they
Yeah.
don't need to cut the staff, or what are we talking about?
I'm not saying you don't need to cut the staff. You're going to retain staff that is adding value to your organization. There's a lot of, it doesn't matter which organization you're in. You have the people that are there that just, they're
Yeah,
just there, right?
yeah.
And then you have those that are adding value. AI will come in and could take care of the work of those that are just there. They're not really adding value.
Okay.
And those that are adding value to your organization, or those that you want to equip, you want to retool them so that they can do more of what will bring the business in or that will make you to scale, you want to tool those people to be able to scale for you.
Mm.
So that's the approach I use when we actually deploy AI. Don't keep thinking about, oh my gosh, they're going to fire all of us. They're going to lay all of us off. What value are you bringing to this organization? What are you interested in? And then your manager, your boss, your CEO should be able to say, oh my gosh, I can. You know what, Francesca, I can't let Francesca go. Absolutely not. I need to
Mm.
find her something to do. I have these
Mm.
5 people that are always they're there. They never call in sick, right? Remember, that's another thing. People call in sick, this and that. You have all of those kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So people that add value to your organization, yes, there is work for them to do. There is value added work for them to do. AI stuff is for non-value added, repeatable, high volume work. It's
Oh,
what it's for. High
wow.
volume,
High
repeatable,
repeatable.
really value added. It's what
Wow.
we very quickly, in a nutshell, what I can continue to do going around in circle. If you hire somebody, an individual, to quickly be doing that, number one, they don't have the capacity. Number two, they fall sick. Number three, they take vacations. Number four, they can't work 24/7. Number five, they
Mm.
are unpredictable depending on what's going on in your family.
Mm.
Come to work, it's like, oh my gosh, I don't feel like doing anything. This
Yeah.
machine just keeps going. Then you use human being to do what human being is wired to do. Very
Yeah.
complex,
Yeah.
very complex, thinking, strategizing, those kind of stuff. That's what we technically really wired to do, not just mundane stuff in,
Mm.
out,
Mundane.
out, right?
Mm.
So that's the strategy.
I get it. I get it now. Now, with YBM, I don't know if this is part of your plan, but with YBM, don't you think, because I didn't hear anything about YBM America, I know that you've spoken about YBM, your Black Matter for Africa. Don't you think that YBM, maybe in the future, I don't know, but YBM should be able to do stuff that has to do with empowering the young people with these AI tools that can, because I know that in America, skill can get you a job at any time. And if that is the case, AI is one of the predominant skill that people can and young people can learn very fast about. So do you have such on your table now or in the nearest future or stuff like that? Because that's one of the things I think we should promote. I would love to promote. Yes.
YBM is not only in Africa.
Okay.
The hub right now is in Nigeria. But
Okay.
students from anywhere in the world that qualify,
Mhm. Yeah.
why
Oh.
it's extremely critical. I'm
Mm.
going to tell you this, Dr. King, why it is extremely critical for the hub to be in Africa
Mm.
is because of the mindset shift that needs to begin to take place.
Okay. I
You
get
need
it.
to know who you are. You need
Mm.
to be able to be among your own. You need to
Mm.
see where people that looks like you can actually thrive. You need
Mhm.
to be in an environment where everybody just wants to thrive, right? So you need to know about yourself.
Yeah.
So if I'm Black in the United States, I was born here, I grew up here, I did everything here. All I know is what I've read, what I've seen on TV, or what people have told me, or how people have treated me. That's
Mhm.
what I know about myself. And to shift that mysterious things that makes us up is very difficult because I'm still in the environment. it's important for you to go out and to see you fitting into your normal environment. All of the things you said, AI, automation, yeah, they're doing it over there. There's so many innovations that's taking place right now in Africa that it's novel. So it's not just here. We want kids from here to go to college over there. They already know
Oh,
wired here. We want them to go to college. We chose a private school
oh,
reason so that we know for sure
okay.
you graduate in 4 years or whatever the year is, you will graduate. We think that was the reason we chose a private school. So it is open to anywhere in the world where you made that
Wonderful.
qualification. So it's important. I want Black people to go to Africa. Black people here
Oh,
to go to Africa, check it out,
okay.
and come back. It's going to
Okay.
give you a different mindset. I tell you, I've been to over 60 countries.
Oh,
That
wow.
shapes me
Oh,
because when you interact with different people, it opens up your mind to be able to think about things differently. So I want African Americans, I want them to go to Africa to be able to get that mindset.
a discussion is about to happen. Maybe we're going to take it. I'm telling you, maybe we're going to, it's not going to be on set now. I'm going to talk to you about this because I know that if we take this to TikTok and we begin to talk about it, a lot of young people, if they can see the process and they can understand what the nitty-gritty is going to be all about, I think with a whole lot of people who are trying to do DNA, dynasty, and ancestry, a lot of people who are trying to go back and find their roots, with people like Oprah setting up a school in South Africa, and a whole lot of people even adopting. I think one of the celebrity singer went to Eastern Africa to adopt a kid and all of those kind of stuff. I think this is a very good, and I am grateful that this kind of discussion is coming from someone who is from Africa, living here, and has not forgotten about the home. This is very exciting. Two more questions and we close this session. It's already, you said I don't know how much the hat you do wear. So my question is very good one. So I said, so including first lady, executive pastor, how do you now relax? How do you maintain work-life balance? Or maybe you are one of those people who said work-life balance didn't really exist, and you're already a grandmother also. So how do you juggle all of those things together? How do you do it? Or is AI, or is the AI that is doing it?
No, it's not AI. I'm a woman of faith. That's number one. I pray a
Wow.
lot. I trust God for
Oh,
grace to be able to do what I do. Very
okay.
important to me personally. Very important. That's one. There is nothing I do that is not ordained as far as I'm concerned. It doesn't matter what it is, secular, doesn't matter. It's ordained, which means I'm confident to be able to speak about those things to God. I'm able to speak about those things. Besides my spiritual awareness and being fully engaged with my God, I love, do you want to know what I love?
Okay.
You can wake me up at 3 a.m. Do you want to go to Buck Williams? I'm waking up. Yeah, let's go. My kids
Amazing.
know me. Whether it's raining, whether it's sunshine, I'm ready to go to Buck Williams
Oh,
for a
wow.
nice spa. That's
Wow.
my
It has a soothing effect on the body, really. Yeah.
absolutely. It
Yeah.
really does. So that's my go-to.
So that's all you do. You don't swim, you don't do this, you don't do that.
Is what it is. The jacuzzi, it's does it. I walk every morning. I do about an hour walk. It's not power walk, it's just walking. I go around my house, and that time is when I actually really connect. A lot of the inspiration I get to do what I do, I get it during the walk that I do. Because you look up, you see the sky right there. You see the trees that were created, right? You see literally. So the inspiration I get is usually, I would say 90% of my inspiration comes when I go out to walk.
Wow.
Yep.
Amazing. In fact, that's an amazing and a keying into my belief system that I always tell people there are four ways to look at things. Number one, you look up. And so if we wake up very early in the morning and you look up to your creator, you look up to heaven, you look up to, a whole lot of people call it whatever. But when you look up, you gain inspiration that helps you run for the day. New things begin to drop in your mind. Then you talk about nature. You look within. You also do some internal rumination. Then you look around. You look around. You look at the beautiful things that are all around you. Then you you look ahead. That talks about foresight. It
Yep.
talks about looking into the future. And so when you combine looking up with looking within, you looking around and looking ahead, I think it's a combo of a winning team. This is very powerful. I mean, for anyone listening right now, looking up is one of the biggest thing that can ever happen. And I think you've really, really touched there's no better way to start this kind of interview than to have this kind of wise word. Now, finally, America is journeying towards 250 years. I keep saying to people, you are not here 250 years ago. You will not be here the next 250 years. But definitely we have to be part of those who are shaping the futures. What will be your own advice as America goes into the future, whether for young people, whether for the white, whether for the black, whether for the Hispanic, the Arab, the Asian, Middle East, the Italian, every of the people. I check on Google, America has over 1,000 tongues, 1,000 tribal tongues that are living here in America. I say, wow, that's over 1,000 tribal nations that are living here in America. And that's very amazing. And so as we journey into 250 years and beyond, so what will be your watchword or some kind of striking word to challenge the people and to inspire the people and to give them hope?
My word is going to be elevate the youth.
Elevate the youth.
That is my word.
Okay.
If you think back to the early years when America began to evolve, their first president, just think about it. They're in the 20s, the 30s. They were all youth, right? And they were doing great things. They can take a lot of risks. Youth can take a lot of risks. They are innovative. They are creative. They think outside the box. They're not confined by the shape or the experience, decades of experience of the adults. They're not confined by that. Elevate the youth. That's why America became great. It's been a lot of, the old guys. All of them with the old baggage of everything. 250 years that is coming, America needs to elevate the youth of different, it does not matter. You put the youth in the forefront, they're going to be breaking grounds. They will think differently on how things need to be done. What we've had is the youth of those time, they've grown and they still remain there. They're not given the opportunity they had to be able to shape how America is, the opportunity had then to shape it. They're not giving the youth of this time the opportunity to shape it. If we do that, America would have transformed again.
Wow.
So my word is elevate the youth. Give the youth the opportunity. Put them in the front. Let them begin to do what the youth did way back when. That made America to be great as we speak right now.
I love that.
Youth have formed it. It's not the old people that are in power right now. That's my word. Elevate the youth.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Now, I am not saying you are going to give a promise, but I know that one of the key mantra for the agenda, for the future agenda here, is to form a parliament, young people's parliament. I mean, people that you are either going to be in government or you are going to be close to government. And like you rightly said from the beginning, it all begins with a mindset shift, with the way we think. I used to say to people, if you don't change the way you think, you will stink. And not only that you will stink, you will sink. And so if we are going to elevate them, then we are going to start with the thinking. And I am very, very excited to have you on this show as the number one person. So I want to put it to you. Will you be available to help us in shaping the future? It doesn't matter how many they have, maybe tens of thousands, maybe millions, and it may be one person. Just like you said, Kennedy stood before American government in 1960 and he said to the people of America, I want to tell you one thing. Don't ask what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. So here we are, the first day of the 250 journey. I want to put it to you. I know you already have a bucket full. Will you still be able to put some of this into the bucket for us to see how much we can steer the horn and see whether we can elevate some tons and see what can become part of them. Yes, ma'am.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Ooh, I love that. Oh my God. There's no better way to start this journey, I can tell you. And I believe that truly you mentioned something, this is ordained. I myself never thought about it, but something just kept telling me, reach out to her. And thank God above all challenges, we are able to do it. Now we are going to do it because we definitely have to now take the game to TikTok where the millions of young people are, where we'll be able to talk about YBM, talk about mentorship, talk about, and draw a process and bring them into the journey of the YBM movement where we can really, and who can say, because I remember one time Reverend Jesse Jackson, when Obama became the president of America, he has nothing to say. He just stood and tears was just coming out of his eyes. And he said, I never knew that a day like this can come in my lifetime. And what was that day? When Martin Luther King said, I have a dream. And that dream is that my children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And having seen that eventually it was become possible for a black man to enter into the White House, which was, if you play back there's something you were trying to say the other time, like it seems that it's an impossible mission for a black person to get into the White House, and this guy has broken the record. This guy has shattered all of the records and he has been able to do it. Finally, I know that it can be done again because in 1965, before that time, nobody has been able to break the 4-minute mile. The 100-meter they are running now, nobody can run it in less than 4 minutes. The one young doctor called Roger Bannister said, I'm going to break it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. Did a lot of training, a lot of preparation. Eventually, he was able to do it by 1 second split. Now, the beauty of the story was not that he did it. The beauty of the story was that same year, 300 people. Somebody say, let's do it. So tonight, the bottom line of tonight is interview, the first meeting of the America 250 countdown to the 250-year celebration. The summary is, let's do it. And we are going to get it done. Thank you, Dr. Francesca Fadjimi. Thank you so much, the founder of Your Black
Matters.
And having so much cap on your feather. I believe that this is the beginning of a great journey. Thank you so much for being part of this. Thank you for the sacrifice. Thank you for making yourself available. This is not going to be the last one because already we are going to do it. My team are listening and they are already getting excited and say, okay, let's do it. I appreciate it. So I want to tell all my guests that I want to tell all my guests and our team that the journey has started. And you see, this is what we are saying. When God inspired my heart that we should do a 250 days countdown to the 250-year anniversary, it's like it's our turn. I mean, it may not have anything to do with color of our skin, but it's our turn for our voice to be heard. It's our turn for a new generation of leaders and entrepreneurs to rise up. We may not have the opportunity in the last 50 years. This is the best time to be alive, and we are going to hold it by the horn, and we will really do it. Thank you so much for being part of this. I'm so, so grateful, and everyone hearing you, they are very grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me, and thanks to all the listeners for making this Howard their home for tonight. And I pray and I hope that you will be back again tomorrow because it's going to be back to back for 2 months.
Yeah, back to back.
You don't want to miss anything. Come tomorrow, there's more to come. So it's going to keep building.
We are going to be having the state coordinator of NIDO, Nigerian Diaspora Organization for New Jersey. We're going to be Dr. Adiola Pupola. We're going to be having and we're going to be having a lot of CEOs, people who have come into this place to break protocol, break barrier. And so much people have been lined up, but I'm so super excited for this first one. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.
So listeners, thank you so much for being part of this. We're going to meet again tomorrow. Today is the day one and it's the beginning of a great journey. I'm your host, Dr. Victor King, on behalf of the Dr. King Talk Show and the America 250th year celebration and beyond. You are very much welcome to the countdown, 250 days countdown to the 250 years independence celebration. And it's going to be a huge one. Thank you. Bye for